Well, hello, everybody. My name is Roger, for those of you who are new around here, and this is your daily tarot map for Saturday, November 5th, 2016, using tarot to create the life you want. First of all, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to this channel, for liking these videos, for sharing them. As always, I really appreciate all of your support. So, this week we continue our work with the very interesting Raven Prophecy Tarot created by Maggie Stiefvater. And the three cards drawn randomly from the deck today were the King of Coins, the Tower, and the Knight of Cups. So we start off today with a lovely card, the King of Coins. And here we see a beautiful rose that's in full bloom. This represents all of your hard work on the material plane up to this point. That could be your business, your finances, even your health. The king points to success and to being in control, or at least feeling like you're in control. But the reality is, there are always external factors that can change everything. This is well represented by our second card in the reading, the Tower. Now, this isn't often a welcome card because it can point to chaos and destruction, especially destruction. Now, this is pure Mars energy here, energy sometimes referred to as the Destroyer. Now, for those of you familiar with astrology, Mars is the planet of war, anger, and strife, and rules things such as accidents, injuries, destruction, and sudden abrupt changes. Now, in this image, we perhaps see somebody's ideas and all their hard work go up in smoke. Now, the effects of the Tower often, almost always actually, come by surprise, and we rarely see it coming. And afterwards, we often don't know what hit us. So what does this have to do with our blooming King of Coins card? Are we saying that all of our hard work is going to crumble? No, not necessarily. But the point here is that we never know what's going to happen. But we can take precautions to minimize those Tower moments, or at least reduce their effects. So this is represented by our last card in today's draw, the secure and stable Knight of Coins. Now, he's about doing what's necessary to achieve stability and safety. And he often takes a conservative approach to things in his life. So it's funny, when I first turned these three cards over this morning, the first thing I thought of was get insurance. So these three cards together remind me that we need to protect our efforts, all of our hard work, and our health by taking precautions now. So for instance, we want to make sure that we have a backup regimen in place to back up the data on our computer. I personally have multiple physical backups as well as cloud backups in place. And I've learned this lesson the hard way over the years when I've lost some irreplaceable data. Another thing we can do, we can begin an exercise regimen to become more healthy and hopefully avoid some of those problems in the long run, like diabetes, a heart attack, and stroke, and also watching what we eat as well. And insurance. I had a friend who's never had health insurance, and then, boom, was hit with an unexpected illness, and it just wiped out his entire savings, the hospital bills. And then there's fire insurance. Do you have house and apartment insurance in place? Have you designated somebody for a power of attorney, and especially medical power of attorney? Other precautions we can take, investments. Sometimes we invest in a more risk growth-oriented stocks when we're younger. But then as we near retirement age, or as our tolerance for risk decreases, we might want to think about moving our cash into more conservative investments. And this definitely often accompanies the idea of the Knight of Swords. Creating an emergency fund for those unplanned expenses or emergencies. Some experts recommend that you have an account set aside equivalent to at least 6 months of earnings. Now, the message here isn't one of doom and gloom, but rather it's about being prepared, making plans. You know, these are all things that we tend to put off and usually regret doing so later on when the tough times hit. So today's a good day to start thinking about putting some of those safety measures in place, putting together a plan of action, and then most importantly, carrying it out. So the message today for these 3 cards is, by failing to prepare, we are preparing to fail. Creating a plan may not prevent bad things from happening, but they certainly can lessen their effects. So today's advice card comes from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle by Victoria Mosley, and the card drawn randomly from the deck today is Trust. What a stunning card this is. I really love the depiction of the woman on the stag. So the Trust card is about putting our fears at ease. Now, we know in the back of the mind that catastrophes can happen, and perhaps we know that we should take those extra precautions that we mentioned just a moment ago, but we put it off. We say we'll do it tomorrow. Now, the uncertainty of the future can be a tad scary, but once we begin implementing these little precautions, slowly, a little at a time, just much like the Knight of Coins, we begin to have more trust in the future and in our ability to manage it when times become challenging. Little steps can create huge trust and relief about our ability to handle whatever awaits us around the bend. And that's it for today. If you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd click the like button. And also visit my website at tarot-dude.com to learn more about me and my work and browse through some of the old posted articles there. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.